Hi guys, we are on section 9.6, which is the last section we're going to be doing in chapter 9, and it is all about solving a problem with patterns, finding the rule and the pattern to figure out what the problem is asking you to answer the question. On an archaeological dig, Gabriel separates his dig site into sections with areas of 15 square feet each. So each dig site is 15 square feet. It says there are 3 archaeological members digging in every section. So for one 15 square foot section, there are 3 archaeological members or 3 people who are digging in that section. We need to find out what the area is of the dig site if there are 21 members digging. I feel like a table would probably be the easier way to go to help me organize all of these numbers and data. So I'm going to go and I'm going to create a data table. So here's the table I created. Like I said, my first row in my table has my section numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My next part of my table has the number of members in it. And the third part of my table has the area of the archaeological dig for that number of sections. So, in my word problem, you may recall that it said that each section, meaning one section, for every section, I have 3 members or 3 archaeologists who are working on 15 square feet of area. So I'm going to go and finish filling out this table in order to help me figure out what my area is when I have 21 archaeological members. Right now I have 3, so that's not right. And I need to get to 21 here, and then that's going to give me this answer. So I need to figure out a rule. That's what I have here. I need to find the rule on how to figure this out. So I need to figure out a rule that has to do with first sections to members. How did I go from the section number, my first number up here, to the number of members? So for every one section, each section has 3 members. So what is my pattern or my rule? Maybe I'm adding 2. That doesn't sound right because it said each. And I know each normally has to do with multiplying. So I'm thinking here my rule, my first rule is going to be the number of sections multiplied by 3 is going to give me the number of members. So because I have the sections off to the already counted off here in my table, I can go ahead and apply this first rule that has to do with figuring out the number of members. So I'm going to multiply my section number by 3 in order to get my members. So 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 3 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 3 is 12, and 5 times 3 is 15. So I have all of my members accounted for. Now I need to come up with a rule on how I'm going to go from these members to the area. So I know for every 3 archaeological members or people, they'll be working on 15 square feet of area, looking for those dinosaur bones. So I'm looking for a correlation between my 3 and my 15, my 3 members and my 15. Oh, you know, 3 times 5 equals 15. And I did hear that word every again. So for every 3 people, or each 3-person section is 15, I'm thinking I could probably multiply. That's what I'm thinking. I think I could take the number of members and multiply it by 5 in order to find the area of the archaeological dig. So my number of members is 6. I multiply it by 5, it gives me 30 square feet. 9 members times 5 is 45 square feet. 12 members times 5 is 60 square feet. 15 times 5 is 75 square feet. Well, remember, our question wants to know what is the area of the dig site if I have 21 members. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill in 21 members because I haven't gotten there yet. And I'm going to follow my rule, which remember, my rule says that I take the number of members, my 21, and I multiply it by 5 in order to find my area. Is 105. So the area that these 21 members are going to be covering is 105 square feet. Let's try one more. Leslie buys a coat on layaway. And layaway, I have a little note here that says it's when you make payments. When you can't buy something because you don't have enough money, so they put it in the back and you make payments on it, and once you've paid it all the way off, you get to take that item or items home. So she decides that every week she's going to pay $15 until the coat is paid off. So her question, how much has she paid by week 8? And also, how much does she have left to pay? So I created this table. It has the number of weeks and the amount paid. So it says in my problem that every week I'm going to be paying, or Leslie is going to be paying, $15. So the first week, she pays $15. And I'm going to go through, obviously, 1 times 15 is 15. So I'm going to do a couple more, random weeks, 3 and 8. Specifically 8 because that is what my question is asking me. My question wants to know how much she has to pay, how much she's paid by week 8. So I do my formula. Remember, my rule is the number of weeks times 15 equals the amount that she is paid. So in 3 weeks, 3 times 15 is 45. Week 5, 5 times 15 is 75. So week 5, she is paid $75 of that coat. Go ahead and fill in the rest of this chart in order to identify our first question here and answer our first question here on how much she is paid by week 8. So according to my calculations, Leslie by week 8 has paid $120. The coat cost $135. So my second question here is how much does she have left to pay for her coat? I know left means subtract, so I'm going to do 135, which is, and I'm going to subtract it by 120, giving me a remaining balance of $15. So Leslie still owes $15. Any questions? Let me know tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a great evening.